The following words are for a duration of time. So period. Now, period means a period of time, like, the Dark Ages was a period, or, the sports can have periods, or it could be, it could be in terms of years, in terms of minutes. It's just a duration of time. It doesn't matter. So that's one thing. Then period is also another word for it is full stop, or another word for it is dot, right? I went to school, period. Or I went to school, full stop. They're the same thing. It's a punctuation thing. And then period is women's time in the month. That's also period. That means being on your period. And then we have periodical. And a periodical means that something that happens period to period, but also it could be a type of a magazine or a journal. It's a periodical. The next one is spell. For a spell, I'm just going to go for a spell. We don't really use for a spell as a duration much in the current English, but maybe it's more of a literature or a poem thing that I'm going to go there for a spell, but you don't say that in normal language in English. Now, spell has so many meanings. To spell means I spell my name, right? And then, whatever, spell house, HOSE, house, spell. Spelling, can you give me the spelling of your last name? Christ, whatever. It's like, so that's spell. Now, as I said, it's a duration of time, but also spell means to cast a spell. So the spell is both a noun and a verb, and to cast a spell is like, I am now turning into a frog, abracadabra, that's spell, right? So you literally cast a spell by saying words. So to cast a spell or to spell, I think somebody spelled me or somebody cast a spell on me. To enchant somebody, to put them under magic. And then that's why we have spellbound. I think it's spellbound, as in kind of just mesmerized. You can't move. Magic is overpowered him. Spell. And then spellbound, spelling, and then spell as a duration. I just wanted to say thank you for coming and watching my videos. I know learning English can be frustrating and can be difficult because everything you learn in English, you learn it, and then you learn all the regulations and rules. But then next thing you know, it breaks because everything in English, you can't predict anything. You can't really make sure anything except that everything, there is an exception for everything. So the only thing that doesn't have exception is that there is exception for everything. So I appreciate that. English can be hard. English can be confusing. So I appreciate you coming and watching my videos and doing this day in, day out, working on yourself, working on your English. So I've been doing this for more than 40 years, so I know how it is. But also the rewards are amazing. Your English is going to be way better than the people who were born to it. The Americans and the British people. Now, the thing is that I recommend you to watch movies, lots of movies in English language with English subtitles. Learn to discover and the meaning by watching things, and never use a dictionary. Don't use a dictionary. Don't use translator. Try to figure things out on your own and think in English. Okay, the next word for duration is a stretch. For a stretch of time, I was a vegetarian. Stretch. That's a stretch. That's an expression. Like, I am from the Middle East, therefore I know how to cook. It's a stretch. So stretch means, your outstretched hand. That's my outstretched hand. You stretch, right? You outstretching, right? So stretch means like, if I were to stretch my fingers, they get longer, like that superhero or something, right? This stretch of land is very precious because there's all kinds of corn. I know it's dumb. So there's stretch, noun stretch here, like duration or part of a land. But then there's verb stretch. So to stretch, as I said, means to lengthen, to get longer, right? To stretch. But also stretch means let's stretch. So that's stretching. Anybody, should you guys just stretch to, work on your flexibility? That's also stretch. By any stretch of imagination, by any thought process. The last word for duration is time. Of course, duration of time. At that time, I was happy. Took the time, take the time, take your time, right? Take your time. I don't know how fast I can do this. Take your time, as in, don't worry about time so much. And then, then time, time, then we have thyme, thyme, which is a type of a vegetable or type of a green, or what do you call it? And you can also say, okay, you have 30 seconds to tell me why you're here. Blah, 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 blah. Time, as in your time is up. Time is up. Your time is over. That's why we have overtime. When two sports teams don't finish, they go to overtime, right? And then we have timeout. Timeout. I need to talk to you. Can we have a timeout? There's even a thing for a timeout. Like in basketball, if you watch, there's timeouts that, the coach wants to talk to players. Can you time me? Can you see how long I take to do this? And then the timing. I just brought you some coffee. The time on this is perfect. I just got my cake and so coffee. Timing. Then we have true timing. I am gonna figure out where my true timing wife spends her time. True time. That means a sort of a duplicitous. That's true time. Okay. Hey there, friend. Nice to meet you. I am Hamid. Sorry for the interruption. If you are enjoying this video and are looking to take your English fluency and vocabulary to the next level, I've got something special for you. I offer personalized one-on-one coaching sessions tailored to your unique goals and interests. Whether you're focusing on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or all around communication skills, I'm here to help you master English in a way that's fun and effective. Ready to elevate your English? Click on the link in the description below to book your session with me today. Let's embark on this journey to English mastery together. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more tips and tricks on mastering English. So these are all container closures, the way you close a container. Cap. Now, cap means, like a hat is a kind of a cap. You put a cap on your hat. Or a cap, you put a cap on a magic marker, right? Cap. So as I said, cap is a specific type of hat. To put a cap on something, it's gonna put a cap on it, stop it, finish it, get it done. And container closure, that's, a container can have a cap. And then we have things like capstone for, the top of a cap. Yeah. The next one is cork. Container closure, cork is that kind of I don't know what you call it. It's a special type of thing. And then you uncork, right? You uncork the champagne. Pop, when it pops, right? Cork. And then cork, so uncork, and then you cork the champagne. Container closure, lead. Lead, so this is a container and there's a lead. So cap is maybe usually smaller, cork is just this thing, pop. And then lead is like the whole thing. It's longer and bigger and more flat. That's lead, L-I-D. You have the lead for this pickle jar, lead. L-I-D, okay, lead. It's not lead, lead. And lead, don't confuse it with lead, which is L-E-A-D, which means to lead, to be a leader. And lead, L-E-A-D, as I just said. And then L-E-A-Ds can be lead, which is to have lead, which is the same pronunciation as lead. But this is lead. So there's lead, and there is lead, and there's lead. And this is lid. And then we have lead, which is the past tense of lead. And last one, container closure, is tab. You put a tab on something, or lid on it, or cap on it. Tab is also, run my tab, run it, put it on my tab. So, I order like 2 champagnes for New Year's Eve, and I'm not paying for it, just put it on my tab. So tab is the button that you have on your computer that when you push it, it jumps to the next column or something. That's tab, right? Tab also could be a tablet, just have a tab of this, right? The next group of words is regulate, check, as in be mindful of it. That's why you say check your privilege, like, be mindful of your privilege. And then check, as I said, check, as I've done so many videos on check. Check, it's also in chess, when you check the king, is that you want to end the game. You won, you checkmate. Check is also, I'm here to check in on you. Check out, when you check out from hotel. Check in when you go in the hotel. And then I am here to check up on you. Check up on somebody means to make sure that they are okay. Can we check in to see what's been happening? But then you check in a hotel and check out. And then also check, can I have the check? That means the bill in a restaurant. All the food that I've eaten, I want the check. Check this out, or check out. Check out this. We don't usually say check out this. We say check this out. I just made, the leaderboard of Rumble or something. So these are check. And then we have checks and balances, and we have check mark, right? You check mark that you check. Did you have breakfast? Check. Did you have orange juice? Check. And then that's why we have check, and check mark. And then uncheck means that when you take that off. And then check, of course, is simplest for examine, check with me, I checked your work. So that's it. These are trademarks of a platypus. I think it's an animal. So it has a bill. The platypus has bill. Now, bill means an animal is like a bird. That's the bill. It has a bill. But then bill is could be a bill of rights that Congress is experimenting with. Bill is also, I've been working on your shower for the last 3 hours. This is the bill. Bill me, charge me, invoice me. And then, as I said, bill of rights, bill that you pay for. Then we have the trademarks of platypus, egg. So, egg is that, the thing that you can make into scramble, or you can, what do you call it? You can cook with it, and egg. But then you have the expression egghead. She's an egghead, means that she's a nerd, right? So eggplant is the vegetable eggplant. Egg somebody on means bothering somebody. You got egg on your face, that means that you got ashamed. Trademarks of a platypus, fur. A fur is, when you kill a natural animal, whatever, then you use their fur. And it's highly illegal these days. And you are wearing a fur coat, literally made of fur, F-U-R, fairy, fairy, F-U-R-R-Y. Now, don't confuse that with fury. Fury means anger, extreme anger, rage. And then finally, trademarks of a platypus are venom. So venom is like a toxicity, a toxin that the snake has as venom, or, there's a lot of venom in you, a lot of anger and, displeasure. Yeah. So see you tomorrow. Have a good day.